So she was going to give me a warning, and then she said she was going to give me a ticket. I said, you can't give me either one of those things. And I just continued to walk. And she said, well, what is your name? And I said, I don't have to give you my name. I said, I'm a free citizen walking on this beach. I've done nothing wrong. And then she said, well, I can and I will. And she said, I will give you a ticket. And she said, and I will take you to jail. I said, well, that's not going to happen either because I've done nothing wrong. You have no jurisdiction over me. She said, well, where did you park? And I waved up there somewhere. And I had a little stick that I carry with me because I'm handicapped.
Yeah.
And in talking, my arms went out from my side. And she said, don't you threaten me with that stick. And I said, oh, please. She said, give that to me. And I said, I will not. I said, I need this. I'm partially handicapped. And then she had another one of her people.
She called in for backup, huh?
She got a backup. He came and he had his ATV thing, and then he stopped on the right side of me because I was walking south, and she was on the left. And so he stood in front of me, and I said, I'm going to continue walking. I said, you should move. And he said, he put his hands up like he was going to stop me, and I said, don't you touch me. Don't either one of you touch me. I said, I've done nothing wrong. And I continued to walk, and he stepped off to the side of me, but they both followed me in their ATVs for another half a mile. And I let fishermen know that I was getting arrested just in case.
Jeez, wow, what a...
And I didn't have an ID. I didn't have any identification whatsoever.
Well, how did you know what to say?
I just prayed to God, and I read the Constitution.
Yeah, so you believed in the Constitution and God.
Absolutely,
and that,
yeah. My grandfather fought in World War II. My uncles fought World War I. My uncles fought in World War II. My father fought in World War II. My husband fought in Vietnam, and my son went into the military. I'm a descendant of John Hart, who signed the Declaration of Independence. There is a reason that we have this country, and if we don't fight for it, we will lose it to the Chinese and to any other invader that comes in here.
What's going on today is a media creation, and the population is being kind of led by a media system that looks from the outside like hundreds, if not thousands, of diverse companies, but are all being operated in what the CIA kind of calls the mighty world, sir. And so that if you want to sell the population 9/11 or Building 7 collapsing because of little fires, or the Gulf of Tonkin incident, or Syrian Danny, or Kuwaiti babies thrown out of incubators.
Go all the way back to the United Fruit Company.
Right.
Remember that one?
Yeah,
That was a good one.
I tend to think of it as a bunch of boys clubs fighting it out with each other on a global scale, and they have a lot of resources and nation states and politicians in their back pockets.
I like to call it organized crime.
They all have the same story.
Yeah?
If I wanted to trace it back,
Yeah.
my thesis is it's intergenerational organized crime using the technique of government, Gubernari Mente, govern and control Mente the mind, to raise the population up in these church schools, sliding them a hidden religion called statism, which is the belief in the legitimacy, the desirability, and the necessity of having a government. Even though there's no ironclad...
As opposed to pure anarchy?
Well, you can't use the word anarchy anymore because they changed the definition of that from just being no rulers to being chaos and dystopia and Mad Max.
Yeah, but that isn't what anarchy is.
It's not. No. So we've changed it to voluntarism.
You got to go by your own definition. What are you living? What's the program you're running?
Well, so we call it voluntarism, so there's been kind of like a rebrand, and voluntarism is the idea that all relationships should be voluntary, and that nobody gets to use violence, force, fraud on anybody else, even the government. So there's no exemption for morality.
Mm-hmm. Pure Ayn Rand.
It's a little. It's Ayn Rand, but it's also it's the golden rule.
Yeah,
it's natural law.
But that was always her.
You can do whatever you want as long as you don't harm anybody else.
Right, but that was always her thing. She would call anyone who would take something that they didn't negotiate thugs. That means I want what you've got, so I'm going to hit you in the head with a club and take it.
Right.
Now, however you accomplish that doesn't really matter. It's thuggism.
Right.
And so she nailed that right off the bat. I mean, civilized people negotiate with each other. They make business deals.
Exactly.
They agree on things.
Win-win, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's, caveat emptor. That's business. And you have to let it,
Sure, yeah.
let it roll.
Go.
Everybody isn't successful. But, if you learn something, you turn it around and you try it again.
Yeah.
So that's...
Pick yourself up and keep going.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of what you said is, straight like John Galt.
It is interesting because everyone's running a slightly different belief system here. I could just talk to this lady who's really into the battle of good and evil and how it's unfolding right now.
Well, it is. This is definitely the forces of good and evil.
Interconnect. Is there a common story to all the different belief systems that are?
Well, I'll tell you this. So if you look at government as always being illegitimate because some people are given this ability to use violence on other people.
Yeah.
If you
Well, I think of it as a central nervous system, and is central nervous system illegal or bad, or I don't know. I think it's part of evolution. I mean, we're species has evolved. We're starting to create telecommunications in the last 100 years. That's a phenomenon. It's connecting us up as a single organism.
Yeah, but you're assuming that it's necessary.
No, it's just happening. I'm not saying it's.
But couldn't society self-organize?
Can you stop using a cell phone? I doubt it.
No.
I mean, it's an evolutionary process.
In a world without government, you'd still have cell phones. You'd still have wealth. You'd still have.
So a spontaneous government would happen then, or something that would take the place of government.
No. So if you think of government as just a provider of services to the community,
flow of energy from one state to another, from one place to another,
because there's a
money
because everybody wants to be safe and secure in their homes.
Ideally, you want
for armed protection.
Yeah, I see the police as an immune system evolution of the species. So it's used biological metaphors, I think, for understanding new government.
Right.
Well, and if they were always on the side of right, that would be fine.
Well, right and wrong. What's right and wrong in biology?
No. They're funded they're funded through extortion, and they're funded through them saying that they get everybody's got to pay them money.
So they would be basically a disease.
They are the disease.
See, there you go.
Yeah, in a way,
is it an autoimmune response?
No, the government
or is it
a parasite.
Cancer?
The government's a parasite that is attached itself
parasite.
to the economy.
Okay,
Parasite.
Parasitic organisms. That's what viruses are.
It's living off the host.
Yeah. So it's a viral organism.
Yeah, and they mutate once in a while.
So maybe government is a
virus. It really is. It's the best. That's the best analogy.
That is a good analogy.
It's living off like it's parasitic virus.
I can think about that one.
It's living off like taxes. And the funny thing is they think they're taxpayers when they're actually tax receivers. They do not actually pay any taxes.
No.
The taxes are what are stolen from the productive members of society that are then collected, taken in by the government, that then distributes the taxes to their cronies.
Right.
So they just receive less taxes.
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
that pretty much sums it up.
That's exactly.
And this whole thing is an asshat for a collapsing financial system, which was already collapsing.
See, it was on its way anyway.
Oh, it was on its way anyway. The whole world was, because look what they've done to the euro. Look at any monetary system. They've all been printing fiat currency like mad. Okay, it doesn't represent value. And so people really need to know the difference between money and currency. They're not the same thing. This is currency.
No. Well,
this paper shit that they print up.
Currency.
Or the difference between $1 and $1 trillion is 12 keystrokes on a keyboard. That's all it is.
Lips on a screen.
It doesn't represent value. That's
reality.
the problem. Yeah. Money
especially
represents
when you're
value.
$2-3 trillion at a time. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's kind of funny money.
And we're 77 trillion in the hole right now.
Yeah.
Look at the debt clock. It's
not more than that if you include the unfunded liabilities.
No, that does include unfunded liabilities.
Come join us. We are the committee to reopen Santa Cruz to save lives.
Yeah.
Welcome to the committee to reopen Santa Cruz to save lives.
All right.
Beach day number 3.
All right. So your third day out for this? Or?
Third time. We did like 2 weeks ago, and then 1 week ago. We get to enjoy the sun and like be free humans, right? You know, these shelter-in-place orders are unconstitutional and immoral. So the government will take as much as we will tolerate. Yeah. So how much are you willing to tolerate until they shut down all the businesses?
No, but they're playing the medical card. I mean, what does that mean to you? I mean, it should be.
Hey, I think health is important, but I'm not responsible for your health, and you're not responsible for my health.
Well,
Governor, the county officials are not responsible for my health. It's called personal responsibility. This is the other side of freedom. You're personally responsible, and you're free. There's whistleblowers coming out, nurses coming out saying they're medically mismanaged, and it's diabolical what they're doing right now. And so naturally there's a larger agenda. You got the forced vaccines. Bill Gates even said, I'm trying to have 7 billion doses created. Well, somebody's going to make money off those 7 billion doses. So, hey, make your money, do what you want, but don't use coercion.
The pond's beginning to boil.
Exactly. That's why regular, ordinary people are starting to get out here and do civil disobedience and be active, because they're seeing their country go to mass totalitarianism. It's no longer acceptable. We're the visionaries. This group out here, because we have courage to come out and call out the government violating your natural rights, not constitutional rights. Your rights, your life, and your liberty come from Creator or nature or God, not from the government. And these guys are making $300,000, multiple, the county clerk, the city attorney, of your money, from your taxes. They're making $6,000, $7,000 a week while we're trying to put pennies and nickels together on a beach that's closed. So this is what's happening. Humanity is right. The spirit of freedom is rising, and we're evolving beyond statism. The left-right paradigm, this guy and that guy, there's no savior. The savior is the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. Make some friends, make some relationships with people, and build your own community. And this is what's happened, like the centralization of power. Naturally, like Lord Acton said, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. You give someone the Ring of Power. Do you know that the Lord of the Rings is based on a voluntarist type author, J.R.R. Tolkien? The Ring of Power. Right? Yeah. Even the Hobbit, Frodo, he's going to throw the ring into the fire, and all of a sudden he says, no, that's my ring, right? The Ring of Power.
You can't resist it, huh?
You can't resist it. So once you throw away the Ring of Power, nobody has any special rights, even if you have a badge, even if you have a gun, a uniform, you don't have any special rights. Everybody's subject to morality. And this is what's happening. The moral cause, the moral compass, which we weren't taught in public schools. Correct.
Where would you go for thinking for yourself? Where would you?
You got to look in the mirror.
Look in the mirror. Huh?
Yeah, look at your fingerprints. Look at your DNA. You are one amongst 7 billion human beings. You matter. Your soul matters. And whether you believe in creation, or evolution, or reincarnation, this is important. As my friend here says, you got marbles. You got life force. You can't just give them away to everybody. You're gonna die one day, and you gotta enjoy this life. Have love, have food, have fun, and have party. Not violence and coercion like the county. Bring your frisbees out here. Bring the umbrellas. Come out, have some fun.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing it. And so I recommend anybody hearing this, come out, do it with us. Strength in numbers. We're not outnumbered. We're out organized. And so that's what the Committee to Reopen Santa Cruz and Save Lives is all about. Bring the people together. Have some fun. Bring some popcorn. Bring some non-alcoholic beverage because they won't allow it. Yeah, you can go to davidjamesrodriguez.com, or you can join the Facebook group. Go to the Committee to Reopen Santa Cruz to Save Lives. It's a Facebook group. Also, there's a group, Santa Cruz Voluntarists. We believe voluntarism is the future, where you engage in voluntary relationships. No exceptions. Either it's voluntary or it's coercion, and coercion is immoral and criminal. So that's what I'd recommend you go to and join the groups. Okay. Today is Freedom Friday, and we're going to keep doing it, and it's going to get exciting.
Excellent.
So,
well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
All right.
Okay. What were you saying?
Santa Cruz, you guys should all leave.
Oh, yeah? Like you are?
Yeah.
Leaving.
Race.
Yeah.
Come join us. We are the Committee to Reopen Santa Cruz to Save Lives.
Probably have family and friends in common. And I know you guys probably aren't allowed to take stuff, but can I set something down somewhere that you can look at later?
Al Lundell, KSCO radio here. What are the rules officially at this point? I'm a journalist at the KSCO radio.
I can't talk to the media. If you want to talk to the supervisor, you can speak with them.
So you're muzzled?
Where is he?
You're muzzled then, huh? Yeah, he just turns to talking.
So only the sergeant can and the lieutenants can.
Wow, that's interesting rules.
So yeah, like I said, the supervisors can. If you want more information from them.
Yeah, we just had the supervisor on the radio.
Okay, so they're up there if you want to speak with them. That's fine.
Where are they?
Up at the top in the parking lot.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, they're sitting in the parking lot.
All right, good. I'll do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys don't seem
He's up here?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Howdy. Al Lundell, KSCO radio. Which one of you guys can tell me officially what the rules are here?
They're online.
Well, I'm right here.
The guys said the superintendent was up here. Is that one of you
The
guys?
rules are that between 11 and 5, nobody's going to be on the beach,
Except to go into the water?
except to be in the water, to and from the water. And then outside of 11 to 5, the only reasons you can be on the beach is for moving or exercising,
At least for this weekend, too?
until further notice.
For the okay. So what
How do
kind
they-
of citation will these people get if they stay on the beach?
What kind?
Yeah, I mean, what will it be for?
Well, if they
Exactly.
do get a
Just breaking
citation,
that,
breaking the violation of the municipal ordinance, declaring it an emergency, we have a code. It's an infraction. Actually, it's a misdemeanor, right?
misdemeanor.
Yeah, but we're treating it as a But yeah, they could get a citation if they refuse to leave.
I said, and the judge determines what the amount is.
Yeah, just for anything, they're not. They have their chance to go to court and contest it, but technically they are in violation, and if they refuse to leave, they are subject to citation.
So they got till 5 o'clock, and then it's officially over. Is that what you're saying?
Nope.
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh no, you didn't say that, but you said earlier they're from 11 to 5, right?
So 11 to 5, nobody can be on the beach. Outside of those hours, if you're going to be on the beach, you have to be engaged in some sort of sport, physical exercise activity, and constantly moving.
Badminton, volleyball, something like that.
No,
No, those are,
you got to be moving.
you got to be it's walking.
Hey,
right?
buddy.
Right.
Walking. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Are you on?
Yeah, right now that's the
you have
orders
an
we're
iPhone?
under until the county decides otherwise.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
Okay.
we understand it's a nice day, people want to come out on the beach, but unfortunately right now we're trying to protect everybody's health and well-being, and we'll hopefully get everybody's cooperation, and we'll be out here in a little bit.
Yeah, I gather you wouldn't mind if this was over as soon as everyone else wishes it was.
Well, of
too.
course. I mean, we want everybody to enjoy our beaches just like everybody else. This is not what we want to be doing,
Right.
but this is a matter of protecting everybody's health and safety.
Yeah.
So, it's an unfortunate situation that we're in, but for the betterment of everybody, we got to enforce these laws.
Has there been much protest like this, or is this a fairly new thing?
We've had some minor ones here and there, but nothing too big.
This will be the biggest so far.
Maybe, but they've all been cooperative and mellow, and
Yeah, people basically move on when they're told to.
for the most part, yeah, we haven't had any resistance problems.
Yeah. Very good. Well,
So have you had to haul a lot of people in, or they just refuse to go? Or
doesn't sound like it.
No. These types of things, we get pretty much compliance. If not, they might get a citation and send them on their way. But we're not looking to throw anybody in jail over this. We're just looking to hopefully get compliance.
Well, it looks like you might get some people who are into constitutional stuff here. Has that happened to you before?
It happens all the time.
What do you do with that? I mean, how do you handle it?
you have no more constitutional rights, right?
We enforce the laws according to.
So you don't engage in-
Constitution?
Yeah. So there's one.
Are these constitutional laws you're enforcing?
Well, these are laws set by the county and the state.
Gail
You're not
Newell,
allowed
right?
to make laws that overshadow the Constitution.
Well, sir, I'm sorry. I'm not here to argue or discuss
No,
legal
but
matters.
I understand your position, but I also understand that, for example, say you were given an order to fire into a crowd of unarmed
So,
people.
sir, here, I apologize. I'm not
saying.
I'm not wanting to engage in a conversation with you in regards to what is right now. Right now, we're doing a job. If you have
What is the job again?
we are supervising our officers that are clearing the beach right now.
And the reason is because.
Sir, do you have a crime you need to report?
No, I'm just
Do you need-
asking. I'm
Okay.
just asking.
Well, then I'm just going to say I'm not going to answer your questions
You're
right
not
now.
answering. Okay.
Unless you want to report a crime, you need police assistance. But I'm not right now wanting to have a conversation in regards to legality, constitutional laws, and what exactly we are doing. Other than I tell you, our officers are clearing the beach right now.
That's how it always works. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Charlie had the counselor on today. One of
The counselor?
Yeah, one of the
Okay.
counselors. Those are the people you have to talk to about the rules. These guys are just enforcing
No,
it.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're just doing your job.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some.
We don't decide what's legal and what's not.
No, we just had one of the.
Great questions for attorneys and for judges.
Well, we had one of the counselors on the radio today to answer these things too. Because the natives are getting more restless, as you probably know.
Hey, everybody's cooped up.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's humans. We get it,
Yeah.
but we're just here to do what we got to do.
I know, but you know what? When I swear an oath to uphold something, I do it. You guys swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Absolutely.
You're not upholding it. This is First Amendment violation right here.
I'm not going to engage you in an
I'm just
argument
telling
about whether
you.
it's Constitution, because it's not a question for me. It's a question for a court or for an attorney.
That's not what other officers are saying.
That's not what...
The sheriff
I'm
of
not an
Huntington
officer.
Beach has refused
I'm
to...
not in Huntington Beach, sir. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to deal with your chain of command.
I got to deal with what's here, you know.
Yeah.
I respect your opinions.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't a thing for everybody to get pissed off at each other.
No.
We're just trying to do what we need to do.
Set an
And
example.
understand that the people that are out here, we may have different thoughts about things. But the bottom line is, we're not the experts, and we're not the people that have the ability to make the rules. So.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, you too.
I'm out here.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. You take it easy. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks.
Not necessarily out there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a badass pianist. He's playing this band called Interstellar Transmissions. Phenomenal player. So we're gonna go bring him back to play some music.
As long as you don't violate someone else's rights, do what you wish.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's the first one, though, right? They're going to do it every Friday, they
I think
say?
so.